Today is a very, very, very auspicious day. Sri Gurudev has affected millions of lives. You tell him that he says, I didn't do anything, my Guru did. That Guru is Sri Tapovan Maharaj, who is held in the highest esteem throughout the Himalayas. He is called Himavat Vibhuti. Himavat Vibhuti. Just to know his stature, he was born with a golden spoon. The whole buses in Kerala belong to his family. Fleet of buses. But he built a hut by himself, for himself, behind his house. Left schooling at the age of 14 or 15. The father said, we have everything. People are struggling to get education. We have everything. Why did you leave? He told his daddy, Daddy, you want only education for me, you know. That will not stop. This schooling is not necessary. And he's an authority in Vedanta, Sanskrit. One thought is enough. He has entered me. My mind became quiet. That is his power. That is his power. There is no God other than Guru. And our Guru Chinmayananji doesn't care whether you praise him or not. But if you worship his Guru, his blessings will automatically come to you. Without effort. So we are very, very lucky today to be able to be present in this holy center and to invoke that Lord of Lords, Swami Tapovan Maharaj. Yeah. So we have seen up to now that continuously we are striving to be happy, which means to get rid of pain. All our efforts, everybody's efforts is that. When something happens through effort, it's finite because effort is in time, space, cause, effect. It's finite. So whatever you are doing cannot give you immortality, freedom from death, freedom from sorrow. It cannot give you. There was a sage, Yagnavalkya, who wanted to retire for Vanaprastha, called his two wives. In Bhagavatam, if somebody has to be great, he should have minimum two wives. Our gods also have that. You understand? So he called them and said, I am dividing my property between both of you. Now I am going to the forest. He said, she asked his wife. One wife said, good riddance. The other wife said, you said you are giving us property for security. Can I get immortality through that? He said, no. Vittena na asha asti amrutatvam. Vittena na asha asti amrutatvam. Through money you cannot get immortality. Then she said, as a husband, you have to give me security and go. What is the point in giving this and going? Give me that and go. Then he has to start the entire Adhyatma Vidya for her, which starts with Na Jaya, Jaya, Jaya. Anyway, my mind is in a different tune. I'm not getting it. Na putranam kamaya putra priyam bhavati, atmanastu kamaya putra priyam bhavati. Na patinam kamaya patih priyam bhavati, atmanastu kamaya patih priyam bhavati. Na sarvasya kamaya. There are several things. I'm stopping. Na sarvasya kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati, atmanastu kamaya sarvam. Everything, including God and Guru, are dear to you because they add to your happiness, is one meaning. Second meaning, you love all of them because you are in them. Atmanastu kama. Second meaning. Otherwise, I won't be loving. Practical Vedanta. Don't say, I am doing selfless work. Stupid. Shastra doesn't accept. Shastra doesn't accept. No altruism without having an impact on your real happiness and life. A lot of women read Anne Rand's book. Okay. So everything is dear to us because of the Atma. Why? That has all the happiness. So this Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, removes the covering. That's your real being and makes you know that you, out of confusion, have been struggling to get rid of pain and to gain happiness because you lost your identity. I go to your doctor. I am perfectly all right. I take a wrong scan. The doctor says immediately surgery has to be done because scan is wrong. Right? This is what gurus do. They say you are talking about problems of the body, mind, intellect. You have no problems. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. What else can make you? What else can make you immediately complete in yourself, unchallenged? Godhood can give you. Then the scripture which says, whatever you are seeking is you, Tattvam Asi. Whatever you are seeking, security and happiness is you. Tattvam Asi. Right? Nothing else can give. Today, one of our child, we have never seen 5 zeros. She has today got 100 crores investment. Right? So what? Can it remove your sorrow? Can it remove your death? Is the man who gave you 100 crores foolish enough? He wants you to work for him. He wants you to work for him. So what? Videsheshu manyaha, swadesheshu dhanyaha, gurorangi Right. Manaschenna lagne tatakim, tatakim, tatakim. If your feet doesn't rest on truth, symbolized by the feet of the Guru, on the real, which is symbolized by the feet of the Guru, you have been honored, videsheshu manyaha, swadesheshu, accomplished in your own country, internationally honored. Tatakim, tatakim, tatakim. So what? Can you escape death? Can you escape sorrow? I can disturb your peace in 1 second. I don't think it needs only 1 second. I had to just say stupid. Finished. Finished. Right? Is that all your life worth? Is that all your life worth? You must have self-respect. You must have self-esteem. You can't be this filthy, fecal, decaying matter. This is what is called Vedanta. Because our life is made of the vidya that you have got. Man struggles from morning till evening, sweats with tools, dead tired. He gets a few hundred, 200, 300 or 500, according to the skilled or unskilled labor. But what does a man who had done software engineering in IIT, then worked 3 years, then goes to US, works there 5 years, what does he get? A few crores. Is that reasonable? He didn't do anything. He just didn't do anything. No books also no, because everything is in the pocket. All Vidya. Right? Where is our Vidya? She's not even in the pocket. Right? Because all possessions, all earnings, everything that you get is out of Vidya. Knowledge. Out of knowledge. According to the Vidya, you earn. According to the Vidya, you earn. But all that you can earn through the normal Vidyas are yet finite, and that earning adds to your insecurity. Please contemplate on that. All your wealth, all your acquisitions, including family, children, do not give you security, they add to your insecurity. Do not give you security, they add to your insecurity. But here is something which says, you have no problem, you bought a wrong scan. You are the God. And that man, do you want to know his state of mind? Don't worry about days. Tomorrow Krishna will be born anyway. But if I have something left over here, we will see. Krishna will be born, don't worry. The organizers are worried because they have advertised everywhere. But I can't skip something which has to be given. Right? What was I telling? What was I telling? Stupid, is it? Give me, my mind has gone. Give me a tip. Huh? Tatakim, right, okay. So here is something which says, I remember now. Whole world could not help me. My Narayana from inside helped me. Whole world could not help me. My Narayana from inside helped me. I won't let you down. Right? So this knowledge, what it does, let us see. There are two examples. I will give both because you need to contemplate. You need to contemplate. There was one Narayana Bhattadri, not the Guruvayurappan Narayana, but there was another Narayana Bhattadri who was living because he doesn't want to be disturbed by the police also. Police also won't come to the burial ground night. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, they're afraid. So they also don't come. So he chose that place to live because totally secure. People call him Narayana Bhrantar, madman, because he used to live in the burial ground. One day, Mother Kali said, today we are going to have a gala party. She brought all people with DJs and VJs, right? Brought everybody there and saw a solitary man sitting there because Kali and Shiva, their reveling place is Smashanam. Both Kali and Shiva, their reveling place is Smashanam. Why? Where the ego is burned to ashes, their divinity expresses. Their divinity expresses. Right? She came, she saw a solitary man there, sent word through her people, asked him to get out. You and I, a mere thought of Kali, and we talk. Today night, if she comes in dream, maybe our heart will stop. Mere thought. This man, message was sent to him, ask him to get out. He kept quiet. He didn't reply. Because he didn't find it worth replying. Then they said, Tamil another. Enna, you lost your interest in life. You want to die. He didn't reply. You know who has come there? He didn't reply. Then, if the master is not there, they can take direct action. They can kill. When the master is there, direct action cannot. So she went and told Kali Amma, that man is very indifferent. He doesn't reply to anything. He doesn't even see our face. We told him, you will kill also. He doesn't mind. Then she herself came. Yarpa ni enna paatha bayam. He didn't reply. Then she understood. நீ பெரிய மகானா இருப்ப போல இருக்கு. உயிர் மேலையும் பயம் இல்லை, எது மேலையும் பயம் இல்லை, கடவுளுமையும் நீ கைது பண்ணல, பெரிய ஞானி மகானா இருப்ப போல இருக்கு. உன்னை பார்த்தது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். I'm so happy. Please ask me a boon. Please ask me a boon. He kept quiet. Few times she begged, ask me something. Because God is a God because he created. He is already created. God is a God because he can kill. He is not bothered. Now God has to prove God only by giving. Because birth he doesn't care, death he doesn't care, by giving. So she begged. That man took pity. That man took pity. Amma has to come down to this level, begging me. And he said, I have elephantitis on my left leg. transfer it to right leg. That also he didn't ask elephantitis to be eliminated. Because you want to do something, transfer this from the left leg to the right leg. That's called independency. Kali Amma has no difference to him. Death has no meaning to him. Birth has no meaning to him. That is called moksha. That is called freedom. Can we do? Yes. What is the difference between Narayana Brahmantara and us? One decision. Nothing else. You don't have to study Brahma Sutras, meditate 7 hours. Nothing you have to do. Yes, from now onwards, nothing of my body, mind, intellect matters to me. Nothing of this world matters to me. I am the Lord. I will behave like that. Decide. That's enough. Oh, then I can be irresponsible. That is the simple secret. When you are the Lord, you will be behaving as the Lord. Lord is never irresponsible. So you cannot be irresponsible. Lord is never irresponsible. You understand? Another story, exactly same, but 2 stories, because this is a Narayana Brahmantara, you won't have much value. You will have a value for foreign figures. So I will give you that story. There was a great Greek philosopher, Diogenes. He likes nature. So he was lying down in the desert, absorbing sun's heat. Alexander the Great was passing through that way to come to India. And when that whole thing is coming, this man doesn't get up. So again, got a shock. So same thing happened, repeated. People came. What are you doing? Alexander is going. You don't even get up. Have you lost interest in life? He doesn't reply. Then Alexander himself comes. You seem to be a great man. Who are you? He didn't reply. I am Alexander the Great. Who are you? He said, I am Diogenes the dog. I am Diogenes the dog. You are Alexander the Great. I am Diogenes the dog. Alexander said, it's unfortunate I am Alexander the Great. Any day I will prefer to be Diogenes the dog. And walked off. This is called independency. How will you get it? Your decision. Oh, can I decide today and from now on tomorrow? No. Your vasanas won't allow all in a sudden. But start somewhere. Start somewhere. Start at least small things. Mother-in-law says, "Na paityama." Don't worry. Don't worry. Because you have the formula. When Peter talks about Paul, he talks more about Peter than Paul. Okay. Don't worry. Laugh. Laugh at all taunts. This you can do. Simple things you can do. Right? So that independence is the subject matter of Vedanta. When will you get it? When you see only one. If you have 2, fear has to come. Because when there are 2, there is gap in between this side and space. And wherever there is space, there has to be destruction. Things have to change. So if something has to be indestructible, there cannot be gap. It has to be one. Dvayat bhayam bhavati. Out of 2, fear comes. Out of 2, fear comes. Third, politics starts. Child born, just born. அப்பா போல இருக்க, அம்மா போல இருக்கு. Politics starts. Third one. So, if you have two, fear unavoidable because insecurity. Only if it's one, there cannot be fear, there cannot be death, there cannot be sorrow. Therefore, it is said, Yatra nanyat pashyati, na anyat shrunoti, na anyat vijanati, tad bhuma. Yo vai bhuma, tad amrutam, tad sukham. Yatra, where, na anyat, other than that, pashyati, he doesn't see, na anyat shrunoti, he doesn't hear, na anyat vijanati, he doesn't know. That is Bhuma, that is Brahman, that is biggest, nothing other than that. Yo vai Bhuma, that which is the biggest and greatest, tad amrutam, that is immortal. Tat sukham, that alone is happiness. Yatra anyat pashyati, because knowledge is always given in contrast, that is immortality. Now what is mortality? Yatra anyat pashyati, anyat shrunoti, anyat vijanati, tad alpam. Alpe sukham nasti, tad martyam, subject to death. There is no happiness where you see anything other than the one. Anything other than the one. Do we see anything other than the one? Tapovan Maharaj is Guru's Guru. He doesn't see anything other than that. He is our Guru. This is his place. Do we see all of us belong to the Chinmaya family? No. I am scared of Kausila because she has more knowledge than me, Sanskrit especially. We see the other. Where am I secured? Where am I secured? And I am quoting for the last 3 days some Western authors. I am scared because Shanti, the management consultant, is there. Where is our security? Where is our security? It's unavoidable. Some friends used to tell me, I'm fed up, I'm going to ashram. Why fed up? Politics in the house. I told them, go to ashram. But if you think that there are no politics there, you are mistaken. There are politics everywhere. Politics, no politics is your mind. You see one, there is no politics. You see differences, there is politics. It's your mind. Heaven and hell are two states of the mind, same mind. Heaven and hell are two states of the same mind. So that is the essence of Vedanta. And what is Bhagavatam? You will think I am exaggerating because I am taking the subject. But a definition given in Bhagavatam about Bhagavatam, you can't question me. You can't question me. Let me read it out. What does it say? Sarva Vedanta Saram Yat Brahma Atma Eka Lakshanam Vastu Advitiyam Tannishtam Kaivalya Eka Prayojanam. What is Bhagavatam? Sarva Vedanta Saram, end of all Vidyas. Paravidya. Rest of the things, Aparavidya. What is Aparavidya? Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, Shiksha Veda, Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chandas, Jyotisham. Rigveda, secondary Veda, not Veda, it's finite. Yajurveda, finite. Samaveda, finite. Atharvana Veda, finite. Then what is infinite? Yaya Aksharam adhigamyati, that which goes beyond the letter. These are all letters. Sri Shankaracharya himself, somebody asked, they say Vedas are eternal. He asked, are you talking about the books, Vedas? They are only assemblage of words. They are finite. The Veda that you experience inside, that is infinite. Right? So that Vedanta Sara is Bhagavatam. And what is that? Further, Brahma Atma Eka Lakshanam. That tells you the oneness of the miserable Jiva to the glorious Brahma. Both are same. Both are same. Brahma Atma Eka Lakshanam. Vastu. Vastu means that alone is real. Vastavama. Children, yeah. Vastavama. Vastu means that alone is real. Substance. Vastu. Advitiyam. It doesn't say two. One. Because there cannot be one without reference to two. When you say one, it's always with reference to two. Therefore, it says Advitiyam, nothing other than that. Vastu Advitiyam Tannishtam, you practice that. What happens? Kaivalya Eka Prayojanam. You will experience that state of Kevala, not Tamil Kevala. Kevala, aloneness. Only you, nothing else. That is Vedanta Sara. That is Bhagavatam. That is Bhagavatam. Right? And therefore, now, is this enough? No, you need more proof. You need more proof than that. What does the first sloka start? Janmadyasya yataha. Where does it end? Satyam param dhimahi. We shall meditate on the truth. What truth? Everything is a truth. Everything is a truth. Yesterday, Sri Lanka won the match, truth. But that's not the ultimate truth. I am a man, you are a woman. Truth, not the ultimate truth. What is the param satyam? There is no you, there is no me, there is no woman, there is no man, there is no Sri Lanka, there is no India. Advaitam. Param, supreme. Let's meditate on that dhimahi. Where do you get this word dhimahi? Where? Bhajagovindam. Gayatri. So when it says, let's meditate, Satyam Param Dhimahi, it's talking about meditation, Samadhi Bhasha. That language which shall give you the ultimate of experiences, where mind stops, where my Gurudev gave me 1 second here. That is called Samadhi. That's called Samadhi. Where everything stops. There is no mind. There is no mind. Mind is there, recognized, but nothing else exists. Nothing else exists. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Samadhi Bhasha. And Dhimahi comes in Gayatri. So what is Vedanta Sara? What is Samadhi? Gayatri Swarupa. Gayatri Swarupa. Just take one word and conclude. No. The criteria to decide the subject matter of any text, the beginning and end should be the same. Towards the end of Bhagavatam, 3 slokas before, same Satyam Param Dhimahi is said. Satyam Param Dhimahi. That is Vedanta. That is Vedanta Sara. That is Bhagavata. You understand? And when you get there, Takshaka cannot kill you. Takshaka can do what? Our Swami Parikshit have become one with Brahman, Brahmalina. Takshaka, what did he do? Saved cremation charges. He made the body dust there itself. No cremation charges. That's all Takshaka could do. Time cannot kill you. Nainam chindanti sastrani nainam dahati pavakaha nacha enam kledayanti apaha. Nothing. Nobody can kill you. Nothing can kill you. Even God cannot kill you. Because there is nothing other than him. And for him to kill, there should be space. There should be a weapon. That doesn't make him a God, because there is a second thing and a third thing. Even God cannot kill you. Right? So therefore, by merely listening for 1 week, Parikshit Maharaj got liberation. People spend billions and billions. For what? Not even to listen. Somebody, a rich, very, very rich man, wants to go to Mount Kailash. Right? He has to come 100 people along with him. So charters a flight, Boeing. And for his status, there should be a hotel. He orders a hotel to be built in Kailash, because for his standard. Buys a new plane and takes it. New hotel is built. Everything is done. Right? And this man goes with 100 people. He doesn't see Shiva. He doesn't see God. He only sees small, small cottages of these Swamis. What a place is this? What my secretary said I should come here. What is this? Slums. Right? He doesn't get liberation. Spending so much. So many years to build the hotel and all that. After that he comes. But here, listen 1 week, he becomes God. Why? First day I said, aparam chet praptavyam. If it is secondary, inferior, you have to get it through action. Param chet jnatavyam. If it is ultimate, only have to be known, because it's there everywhere. So, Sravana Manana Nidhyasana. Sravana Manana Nidhyasana are 3 different things for a secondary student, for a primary student. As Sravana happens, Manana Nidhyasana also happens. Right? So that is Bhagavatam. And as usual, our scriptures are all in the format of question answers. Only religion where it says you can get knowledge only through questioning. Other religions don't permit questioning. It says, how will you get knowledge? Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena pariprasnena. Continuous questioning. Sevaya, seeking it, serving it, worshipping it. Tad vidhi pranipatena continuous questioning. So all our scriptures start with question answers. Dharma kshetre, kurukshetre, samavayata, yussava. Go to Vishnu Sahasranama, starts with questions. Anything, any text starts with questions. Kene shitam patati preshitam Kenopanishad. Mundakai. Yajnatva sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati iti. All question answers. So here also questions and answers. And then technique. I'll just run through the question answers because it's all recorded. Tomorrow somebody in Chinmaya Mission, what this man did, he didn't even do the question answers and technique. And then what happens? Listen to this. Somebody listen and says, what this man did, he didn't even do the question answer. He didn't do the technique. What he did do? What happens? He dismisses me. What happens? I gain my mukti. Take this clue. Somebody dismisses you. It doesn't hurt you. You are liberated. Yeah. Pumsam ekanta sreyaha tatnaha chamsasi. Please tell us the ultimate good. Ultimate good. Savai pumso dharmo yato bhaktihi adokshade. That is the ultimate good. Adokshade. The one who is behind the aksha is called adokshada, the consciousness. Bhakti, devotion to him, is the ultimate good. Right? What type of bhakti should we? Ahaituka, without reason. Love should be also like that. Ahaituka, there should not be reason for your love. Apratihata, uninterrupted. Ahaituka, apratihata. Yaya atma samprasidati, by which the atma is peaceful and reveals itself to you. That's the first question. Second question. Ataha sadhu atra yat saram samudrutya manishya bruhinaha shraddhadananam yena atma. So please tell us all that, extracting the essence through which my atma also can become shanti. Right? And what is the answer for this? Entire second chapter, first skanda. First skanda and second chapter. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. No, that is the ataha sadhoho atra yet saram samudrutya manishya. Yeah. For once I didn't do a mistake. Right? The Sara is the entire second chapter of the first skanda. Second chapter of the first skanda. Then Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Sammitam Sarva Veda Itihasanam Saram Samudrutam. The Sara, he asked, Bhagavata is Brahma Sammitam. It's the same as Brahman. Brahma Sammitam, same as Brahman. That has all the essence. Suta, Shaunaka Rishi is addressing Suta. Suta, Janasi Bhadram ne Bhagavan Tattvatam Pati Devakyam Vasudevasya Jato Yasya Chikishaya Tanna Sushrusamananam Ardhasi Anganu Varnitam. I want to, Anga means dear, darling. Anga means dear, darling. Anganu Varnitam. I would like to listen to the descriptions of the darling of humanity, Krishna. Right? Sushrushamanana. Sushrushamanana means not, Sushrusha is you normally taken as service. No. Sushrusha, wanting to listen. Shushrushamanana, wanting to listen. That is service. You listen to what somebody says, then only you can serve. You don't listen, you can't serve. Asya avataro. So, for that the answer is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. There are various avatars. It says in the third chapter of the first skanda itself. He says hundreds and thousands are there. Out of them, I give you 30. Not 10 avatars. Bhagavatam itself says hundreds and thousands, I give you 30. But they're all partial avatars. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is not partial. He is Sakshat impersonal Brahman. How Devaki Nandana, with a form, he had date of birth and he exited. How can he be Brahman? Wait till tomorrow. Shankara himself gives the answer. Who? Shankara, the Advaitin, gives the answer. And what our Paramaguru says, the God who can do anything, is he so incapable of taking a form? The God who can do anything, is he incapable of taking a form? And all these forms are what? His forms. So, Brahman, Krishna is Saguna and Nirguna. Both. Right? And Tasya Karmani, all is this thing. And the whole of 10th and 11th skandhas are all Krishna's karmas. Karma means not our karma. Leelas. Krishna's Leelas. And then, Bruhi Yogeshwara Krishna Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Swam Kasta Madhanopayate Dharma Ka Sharanam Gataha. As long as Krishna was there, he was protecting Dharma. Now he has left. Where is Dharma residing? And it says in Bhagavata Purana, Krishna and Dharma both reside in Bhagavata Purana. How? Yesha Puranam, this Purana, Arko Adhuna Uditaha. Like the sun which dispels the darkness, Adhuna, now it is revealed. That's where Krishna resides. That's where Dharma resides. Where? Bhagavata Purana. How many people each of you have rung up for this? Put in your groups each 100 people. Could you get one? No. Why? Not ready. That's why Bhagavata Purana is where Krishna lives. Now the technique. How do you cleanse yourself? Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yogaha Prayojita Janayate Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Yad Ahaitukam. As you develop devotion to Bhagavan through Bhakti Yoga, you get detachment from the false, useless, filthy world. One who has tasted Amrita, same example comes in the Bhagavata. One who has tasted nectar, will he go for a sewage water? Bhagavata gives, don't think that, don't scold me. Bhagavata gives the same example. One who has drunk nectar will not go for sewage water. So, one who has tasted the glory of Bhagavan through bhakti, he gets jnanam, he gets the knowledge, and vairagyam. He gets jnanam and vairagyam. Srunvatam swakatayam Krishna, listening to his story, punya sravana kirtanaha, which happens out of number of janmas of punya. Otherwise you won't come. Impossible. Gurudev's beautiful answer. Because it says, Manushyanam Sahasranam Kaschid Yatati Siddhaye, out of thousands of people. And Shatajanma Koti Shatai, this Vivekachudamani says, out of 100 crores of lives. So you get disheartened. Gurudev says, no, you are here. You have finished all that years. You are here. All those years you have finished. Otherwise you won't be here. Right? So it says, Punya Sravana Kirtanaha, Krudi Antastaha is in our own heart. What is there a connection between that? Yes. Punya Sravana Kirtanaha, you done Punya, and therefore Papa has been replaced. What is Papa and Punya? Thick cover has been replaced with a transparent cover. Both are covers only. Thick cover Papa has been replaced by a transparent cover, and now you can feel the presence of Bhagavan. Antastaha abhadrani, evil ones, vidunoti, cleanses. Nasta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya, continuously serving Bhagavan. Right? Bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktihi bhavati. How will you get devotion? Important. Because everybody complains, I don't have that devotion. I am not a devotee. And now you say devotion is the only way. How to get it? How to get it? Devotion is bhakti. Bhakti is love. How did you get? How did you get love for your son? How did you get love for your son? Who will be responsible for your jnana after 70 years? Because but for him, you won't get vairagya. And without vairagya, you won't get jnana. Right? How did you get that? Attachment. Thought by thought by thought, you were thinking only about him. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangaha teshu upajayate. Continuously thinking of a thing, you get it. And to think it, what you should do. Whatever you are doing, in that you should think. Whatever you are doing, how can I think when I am doing my office work? That office work is only Narayana Seva. Somebody was folding a cover, slip shot, just my parallel. Because Gurudev told this also to me. My parallel. Gurudev asked him, what are you doing? Whom are you working? It's for Narayana. Can't do slipshod work. Holding a cover. Holding a cover. You are doing for Narayana. So all your work, you see him. Then thought by thought, love for him develops. That's called bhakti. Ahaituka avyavahita bhakti. Right? I will leave that. Enough. And now, second also I finished. Third also I finished. Up to Kapila teaching his mother. Kapila teaching his mother. We have to now take, that's called Kapila Gita. Devahuti. Nirvinna nitaram bhuman asadindriya tarshanat. Bhuman, O Brahman, mother addressing the son, because that is the truth. Bhumat, O Brahman, nirvinna, I'm fed up, exhausted. I'm fed up, exhausted. Asad indriya tarshanat. Asad, unreal. Indriya, senses. Tarshanat, thirst for them. That's how Trishna comes. Tarshanat, I'm tired. Yena sambhavyamanena prapannandham tamah prabho. Because of these sense gratification, I have developed thoughts that cover the happiness. These senses, which I quoted for my happiness, become the source to conceal the happiness that I am. That's why they say, leave desire, desire. They're not negative people. They say that is the thing that's covering the happiness that you are. Gurudev gives a beautiful formula. Beautiful formula. No, don't worry about it. Desires entertained by desires fulfilled is the coefficient of happiness. What we do? Go on increasing the desires entertained. Relatively, desires fulfilled are less. So coefficient is less. So if the coefficient has to be full, make the desires entertained 0. Make the desires entertained 0. Where will I get my happiness? You are that. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham. Right? Samudramapah pravishanti yadvat. You are now not knowing that. Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami. Where it is dark to the ordinary man, in that this man is awake. Yasyam jagrati bhutani, where these people are awake. Sa nisha pashyato munehe, the muni, the contemplative one, sees that as night. You understand? A king was going on a horse. A sannyasi prostrated. King got frightened. Got down. What are you doing, Swami? Apacharam. You are giving me great sin. How can you prostrate to me? No. We have left small things for a big thing. You have left big things for a small thing. You are a greater sannyasi. We have left small things for something too big. You have left all big things for small things. You are a great sannyasi. Right? Yeah. And then defines what is Atma. Anadi, Atma, Purushaha. Anadi, beginningless. Atma, this essence. Purushaha, indweller. Prakriti Paraha, beyond all the changing phenomena called Prakriti. Pratyak Dhama, who is inside. Swayam Jyotihi, he doesn't need another light to reveal. You, the tube light is enough. Vishwam Yena Samanvitam, by whom this whole world is surrounded. Right? And then, how to hold him? My mind, you said, mind is the cause, desires, that conceals. I don't know any other way to be happy. And it's not so easy to leave this without some tangible thing. How can I leave this? How can I leave this? Attachment is the nature of the mind. How can I leave attachment? Lalita's famous sloka, Prasanga Majaram Pashamatmana Kavayo Viduhu Sayeva Sadhushukruto Mukshadwaram Apavratam. Indeed true, mind's nature is to get attached. It cannot be without attachment. Turn that attention to truth, to good, sadhu. Then other things disappear. You are liberated. Mokshadwaram apavrutam. The entry into freedom, liberation, that door is open to you. So what is the secret? Hold on to sadhu, means not orchid rope. That which is truth, that which is eternal, that which is permanent. Satsangatve, nissangatve nirmohatvam, the opposite of dhyayato vishayan pumsa. Okay, so that is the, then very, very, very lovely chapter on bhakti. The same thing is said in the 11th also. In fact, whole of Kapila Gita and third thing is the essence of 11th chapter. Why? Because 11th chapter is the essence of Bhagavata. But nobody does. Krishna Janmam, same day Rasa Leela, same day Rukmani Kalyanam, over. 11th chapter, nobody goes. But the purpose is 11th chapter. He himself says, Krishna. Uddhava says, you are going, I cannot live without you, take me. No, the world needs you. I give you Bhagavata. You have to be there to distribute it. So that Bhagavata is 11th. Not up to that. Up to that, all preparations. 11th is the Bhagavata. And when 11th was given to Uddhava, Uttu Ketukitandar Maitreyi. That Maitreyi is giving in the 3rd chapter to Vidura. So the same subject. Subject is same. Devotion. What does he say? Lakshanam mahadadenam prakrite purushasya cha swarupam lakshite amisham yena tat paramarthikam bhakti yogasya me margam bruhi vistarashaha. O Lord, please teach me that bhakti yoga in detail. And Kapila answers, bhakti yogo bahuvedaha margaihi bhamani bhavyati swabhava guna margena pumsam bhavo ibidyate abhisandhaya yo himsad dambham mascharya samrambhi binna drugbhavam maya kuryat sa tamasaha. Bhakti yoga is different according to the nature of the person who is practicing. A man who offers his own child to God for wealth, is he a bhakta or not? He's a bhakta, otherwise why does he give to God? But what does he do? Every year one of this you can read in newspapers. Every year you can read minimum one. His own son, he gives sacrifice for wealth. He is also a bhakta. He is also a bhakta. And somebody who offers liquor and meat to Bhagavan and takes it as prasada is also Bhagavan. Somebody who is going to murder invokes Bhagavan for his Shakti and protection. After a major event, people run to Tirupati. Many of the people are caught there, including our Rajiv Gandhi's assassin was caught in Tirupati. Because they go off. Right? They are also bhaktas. They are also bhaktas. So he says, himsa, slaughtering animals and all that. Dambham, show off. Dambham, himsa, dambham. This bhakti is the lowest tamas. Rajas. Vishayan abhisandaya, yasha aishwaryamevava, archada varchayadyo mam, prathak bhavaha, sa rajasaha. Here there is no himsa and all that. He uses various objects, vishaya, and glory. For he has done Sahasra Chandi Homa. Sahasra Chandi Homa. All the 1,000 pots were made up of gold studded with diamonds. And for each of the Purohit, he gave 10 lakhs rupees. There he really didn't do any negative things, but did it for a show off with objects. With objects. That's called Rajasic Bhakti. That's called Rajasic Bhakti. Now, Sattvic. Karma nirhara muddishya. tadarpanam, to remove your vasanas, karma nehar, all your past sins, karma phalas. Yajed yastavyamiti, he does. Yaja means yajna. Yastavyamiti, this should be done, and he does. Neither the himsatmaka nor the dambhatmaka. Seriously, sincerely, I should get rid of these vasanas and does for getting punya. Right? Good man, you know. Pratak bhavaha. But he still feels God is different. I am different. And I am doing this. He says it is sattvic, good fellow. Bhagavata says he is a good fellow, but not the ultimate. I didn't say. Bhagavata says. You will see who is the ultimate. Right? What does he say? Madguna sruti matrena mai sarva guhashaye manogati avidhan avichinna yatha gangambudo gangambaso ambudom lakshanam bhakti yogasya nirgunasya. One who just hears my name, he merges into the total consciousness, like the rivers merge into the ocean. He goes into samadhi only hearing my name. That's the highest. Because their duality has ended. He has merged in Bhagavan. Duality has ended. That is the highest. All things are four. Three things known, three gunas. The fourth is apavarga, beyond the three gunas. Beyond the three gunas. Avoma, Om, silence. Silence supporting Avoma. BMI, Atman supporting. Eternity, supporting past, present, future. Bhurbu Aswaha, illumined by Tat Savitur Varenyam. That's called what? Turiya. Chaturdam Manyante. The fourth. Understand? So what you should now, henceforth, ignore the three. Right? Aham sarveshu, this is beautiful. Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatma yastitaha sada tamavagnaya mam martyaha purute archa. Every word is beautiful. Aham, me, sarveshu bhuteshu, in all beings, bhutatma, the essence of all, yaha stitaha, one who is sitting there, tamavagnaya, not knowing him, mam martyaha kurute archa, this mortal does puja to me, not recognizing me in all beings. Right? And does puja to me. Kurte archa vidambanam. That's only a pretense. That's only a pretense. There are two stories, one in Bhagavatam, one in history, 200-300 years before, near Trichy. Near Trichy. Bhagavatam story, Brahmanas were doing yajna yagas. Krishna's friend said, Pasikita Krishna. Krishna said, go and ask those Brahmanas, they will give. He knows they will give, they won't give. They went, how can they give when they are doing the yajna yagas? They cannot give. But they said Krishna's name. They didn't say yes or no, kept quiet. Then they went to Krishna. Krishna, they are not doing anything. Go to those ladies. Everywhere ladies are glorified in Shastra. Only some of the people exploit and say that ladies are not allowed. What did Maitreyi get from Yajnavalkya? Upanishad. Maitreyi is a lady, wife. Maitreyi is a lady, wife. So she is not an anadhikari. And what is Gayatri? Lady, not an anadhikari. What is the goddess of learning, Saraswati? What is the biggest challenger Rishi, Gargi. How does these people say ladies have no adhikara? Exploiting. Right? So they go and the ladies bring everything and serve him. And then says, Krishna says, now you go. You know, yeah. You go now, our husbands will make us chutney. Because it's meant for Yajna Yaga, they didn't give, we brought, because we know you, we wanted to see you. And now we go back, they will make chutney. Krishna said, don't worry, it's all my Maya. They will receive you properly. And when they came to senses this, and these people went, how fortunate are we to get these wives? We have been learned. We knew only the package. We don't know the contents. Our wives are more fortunate. They knew Krishna. You understand? That is the story in Bhagavatam about giving preference to the hunger than our Yajna Yaga. But if you say that, it's breaking the tradition, not fair. Yes. Why didn't you make provision? You know somebody may come hunger. Before you start the Yajna Yagas, why don't you take some food from Sharavana Bhavan and keep it there to give them? Why didn't you do? It didn't occur to you. I'm the marketing manager. Right? Why didn't you do that? And there is a historical story. Sridhar Ayyawal near Chichi. He did everything for Shraddha. For Brahmanardham, 3-4 Brahmins have come. At that time, husband and wife come, they seem to be dying at that minute out of hunger. This man gave the food. This Brahmanas got angry, was about to leave. He said, sir, I will take bath again and cook. I couldn't see them dying. I will take bath and cook again fresh. Nee panna pavathukku gangathila poi dhaan kudichadhaan pavam povam. What happened? Suddenly they heard a big sound. It's happening. Even today, crores go on that day to that well and sprinkle the water. Even today. Because it's just 400 years back. Sridhar Ayyawal. Right? Suddenly big sound. They go there. Ganga is fountain in that well. There is something in what they say. You cannot also do something against tradition. You have to do. But you should be prepared for such an eventuality. And if you are not prepared, save the life than that. Because Dharma's definition is that which gives maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. Chinmaya Mission motto. That's called Dharma. That's called Dharma. You understand? To save a life is more Dharma than to do your Pitrukarya for the people who have already left and they have taken another birth. Right? So, that's what he says. Even these karmas, done good intention also sattvic. Best is one who is lost in devotion to me. Right? He doesn't know what he is doing. He doesn't know what he is doing. Some pot maker crushed his own son under his feet. Maharashtra saying story. Because he was singing the glories of Lord while going on stamping on the mud. The sun came, he didn't see. Right? He didn't see. Kannappa Nayanar gave meat and wine and all that. The pujari from Kalahasti temple said, "Oh, you, apacharam, apacharam." Shiva said, "I want that. You get out." Because devotion, love. You understand? So now the fourth skanda. I'll finish. Don't worry. The fourth skanda is all about dharma, artha, kama. We have 4 pursuits. Desires have to be fulfilled. So we need artha, kama, desires. For that artha. But that should be got properly, dharma. Dharma should be followed. Artha should be followed for kama. Right? Dharma, artha, kama. But all will only entangle you. Should get one day freed from them. The goal of all the dharma, artha, kama is to lead you to moksha. So that is the fourth. All these chapters in fourth skanda are talking about dharma, artha, kama. First thing, Daksha Prajapati. Daksha, adapt. What an adapt? Adapt in karmas. Adapt in karmas. So he was doing yajna-yagas and all that. When he goes, everybody got up other than Shiva, because Shiva is in Sarvatma Bhava, sees God everywhere. He cannot distinguish a big man and a small man. He didn't get up. He cursed him. You will become a pakhanda and all that. He left. He didn't talk much. He left because for him, he is a gnani. He's scolding, not scolding, nothing matters to him. He left. But his wife, Sati. Next, he was doing an yajna where several fleet of aeroplanes were going, and what they were talking, she could hear. They're all going to Daksha's yajna. She approached Shiva Bhagavan and asked, everybody is going to my father's this thing. I will also go. He didn't invite you. Father doesn't have to invite your daughter. He didn't invite. That's all right in the normal sense, Shiva says. But this man has so much hatred for me. When you go there, he will insult you and you will commit suicide. Maranaya kalpate. And it exactly happened. Exactly happened. What? In dharma, in yajna yagas, he missed the spirit. He missed the spirit. One clue which occurred to me where I didn't read. Sati, wife of Shiva, cannot be so foolish. Because I have been in a joint family, I know the ladies. They sometimes do things which you think should not be done, but they do it for the glorification of the family. I know many ladies wear all gold and all that. Not that they are enamored. They want to restore the status of their family. Sati did that to put this man in the fix. Daksha, who insulted her husband. And his head was cut off. And a new head, goat head. What do you mean by that? By the punishment given by Shiva's people, his thinking changed. That is head replaced. His head replaced. Then comes the story of our great Dhruva. Again, everything beautiful about him, he didn't care. But the insult he could not take. And so, he wanted a status, ardha. Ignored moksha. Bhagavan Sakshat came. I've been telling this for 40 years. You have faith in God that he will give you whatever you ask. Then why don't you straight ask, give me your position. Then he will give you everything. You don't ask, I want a balpam. Right? Why don't you ask? So Dhruva was that. But immediately he realized his mistake. That is Dhruva. What? Here is a God who could have released me from all sufferings. I asked him for this useless thing. He realizes. And then Bhagavan tells him, don't worry, that's natural vasanas. You do tapas here for a few years, you will be released and you will get moksha, you will be in my place, Vaikuntha. Right? So he gives that. So the first thing, dharma lopa. Second thing, for ardha, missing moksha. There's some beautiful verses I can't skip in Dhruva. I will read them out. Jaye Uttanapadasya. Uttanapada had 2 wives. I told you, this is the minimum qualification for anybody to be referred in Bhagavatam. You should have 2 wives. Okay. So he had 2 wives, Suruchi and Suniti. Suniti, who had good taste of dharma, niti. Other, Suruchi, who had good taste, what to buy where, what to wear. Suruchi, taste, both. Suniti. And this boy was born to the Suniti. And when Suruchi's son Uttama was sitting on his lap, he also wanted to sit there. Then Suruchi brought him down and said, you want that seat, you should be born in my womb. Go and do tapas. Go and do tapas. He cries and this thing comes to mother. That mother says, what she said is right. That man doesn't even recognize me as the wife. So she said is right. So you want good position? Worship Vishnu. That's all she said. She didn't say leave everything and go to forest. But this boy is an uncompromising fellow. You said that, left for forest to do tapas. And in between, she says something which is beautiful. She tells her son, don't have bitterness towards Suniti or your father, because one who thinks evil for others, he will get himself. So he says, Mam amangalam tata pareshu mamsta. You should not think any amangala for others. Bhunte janoyat. You will enjoy the same thing what you are wishing for others. You're right? Para dukkadaha tat. Whoever thinks of dukkha for others, they get or not, no guarantee. You will get it. What a beautiful, which mother is teaching now to children? I do not care what you do. I want you to be first. 40 children, 40 mothers want our son to be first. Torture. I don't know why Human Rights Association, they don't take this into this thing. Right? And then he meditates, Bhagavan comes. He doesn't open his thing because he's absorbed in meditation. Bhagavan, through his power, takes off that inside Murti. And then he opens the eyes and sees what he was meditating is standing there. He wanted to praise him, glorify him. But child of 5 years, feelings are there, but vocabulary is not there. Bhagavan saw that, with his conch, did this and flowed the bhakti literature. Yo anta pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam sanjeeva yati akhilam shakti daraha sodhamna anyam cha hasta charana shravana togadin prana namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Oh, the indweller, Bhagavan, I prostrate to you. Who are you? Yo anta pravishya mama vacha mimam prasuptam, one who has entered into me, and the sleeping voice of mine, my words, you have woken it up. Not only that, you are the one behind all the activities of mind. Prasuptam sanjeevayati akhilam shakti daraha swadhamna anyancha hasta charana Shravana, all these senses, you are the one who activates them. Hasta, Charana, Shravana, Twagadi, Pranan, my breathing. Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. I bow down to you. And then finally he realizes, Bhavachchada Padamulam Gatva Yache Dadantavat. What a stupid I have been. Bhavachchada Padamulam, one who can cut off the tree of samsara and sorrows to me. Having met him, I asked, Yed Antavat, that which is finite. That which is finite. Lovely verses. How can I skip them? And then comes Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj follows Dharma, Artha, Kama, but doesn't stop, goes to Moksha. Right? And there, the story is, when he was born, Sakshat Vishnu Avatar. Everybody said, there's nothing in this world for us to survive, no food, nothing. Then he takes his bow and arrow, about to kill yet. Doesn't mean what? Can you take it literally? People are suffering for hunger. Bow and arrow, he took his instrument to produce, to tap, to invoke. You understand? And she came as in the form of a cow. And she said, don't kill me. I have not done anything wrong. No, we are offering everything to everybody. You are one of those devas receiving it and keeping everything under you. People are dying. He said, that's not my problem. These Rajas have come looters. Rajas have become looters. And all looters are misappropriating mine and taking it off. So I concealed all of them. Now what you should do to produce? Make the earth even. What you should do to produce goodness? Make the mind even. Make the mind even. And then what? Invoke it the right way. What is the right way? Bring the one who gets the milk from me, the vascha, the calf, right vessel, right instrument. According to the vessel, according to the calf, according to the instrument, you get the milk. According to whatever you tap in nature, you get that results. That is Prithu Charitra. Next comes Puranjana. That's a very too much of nothing. Too much of symbolism, but really speaking, there's nothing. All that stays there is all our autobiographies. That is how we become slaves to senses. Right? And good karma, punya karma, one day materializes and you will wake up. Okay. Then fifth is Jadabharata. Jadabharata story is his father was Rishabha. Rishabha's father was Agnidra. Rishabha's father was Nabhi. Nabhi's father was Agnidra. His father was Manu. Right? So this Rishabha is Vishnu Avatara. So also his son Prithu is also Vishnu Avatara. Prithu Maharaj. Rishabha had 100 children. 81 of them have become priests. 9 of them become yogis. 9 of them have become kings. Now, if you believe caste by birth, now which caste all these people belong? They are kings, Kshatriyas. There are Purohits. They are called Brahmana Bandhus. They are not called as Brahmans. Yogis. So, birth is not by birth. Guna karma vibhaga yoho. How? 18th chapter, 4th chapter. I asked Gurudev once driving home, Swamiji, some people interpret this and say, it is true, guna karma, but that is how they are born in that family, guna karma. Gurudev said, if that is true, all Gandhi's sons should be Gandhis. Simple answer. All sons should be the same. Some sons are spelled differently. There is an I. Okay. So therefore, Bhagavatam says several places. Because of this, he attained Brahmanata. Because of this, he got Kshatriya, this thing. Bhagavata, at every place, Shudratam Gataha, he became a Shudra. At every place, he explains. So Jadabharata was a great king, Vishnu Avatara himself. And as usual, like Rishabha, after his duties are over, Vanaprastha he goes. And was meditating one day, a deer, because it costed very dear to his life. Right? Deer is spelled also deer dham. Right? Came, jumped into the waters. Because it heard a roaring of a lion. Out of fright, jumped into the water. And in the process, she was pregnant. The child dropped down and the mother died. Bharata was seeing it. He became compassionate. So he went and reared it. And then so much attachment, next birth, he was born as a deer. Right? And then the Gnana didn't go. Yesterday I told you, don't worry about birth, next birth. You got Gnana, it won't go. So he maintained the Gnana. After casting of the deer, he was born. He now decided, no emotions, nothing. I will behave like a fool. That's called Jada Bharata. Jada is fool. I will behave like a fool. And then fat and all that, because no worries. No worries. If you don't have worries, you will be fat. You understand? So it's not the food that you take. Some people take tons of food, but they are this only. Okay. So the man was like that. And purposefully, he will do everything wrong. Gayatri taught, right? Tell Gayatri, because he's a Brahmana, Punal Butta, the Gayatri Solu. எந்த காயத்ரி சொல்றீங்க? கண்ணா காயத்ரியா? அவன் கேட்கிறான். ரைட்? எந்த காயத்ரி சொல்றீங்க அப்படின்னு தாறுமாறா சொல்லுவான் காயத்ரிய. அது நமக்கு சொல்ல கூட முடியல. தாறுமாறா. Purposefully, because he doesn't want anybody to enslave him again. So this man was one day walking, and the hunters, the nomads, the tribal people brought somebody. I told you this just before this class, that you give your own son for this thing. Narabali, they wanted to give to Kali for gaining something. They brought somebody, that fellow escaped. They saw this man, fat and beautiful, so they were happy, took him. In his life, he never bathed because he wanted to be an idiot. These people gave a beautiful bath, chandan and all that, new dress. In his life, he never ate proper food. Gave him lovely food, put a garland, and took him to slaughter. Mother Kali says, he's a Brahma Gnani. These people want to slaughter. She comes with the same sword they had. Tenaiva asina, with the same sword, cuts off all these people's heads, drinks their blood. This man has no value for anything. Didn't even tell Kali, thank you. Honestly. Because he has no value. Whether you save my life or don't save my life, it matters nothing for me. You saved, that is your problem. He didn't even say, thank you. He walked. Then was coming Rahugana, the king. As he was coming, one of their pallbearers in this thing, 4, one of them got COVID. Right? So they were short of one man. They saw this man, so they took him. As he was carrying the palanquin, he must have seen some ants. So he stepped this way. Right? And Raja said, what is this happening? You people are carrying me recklessly. What's happening? That we are doing properly, but this new man is doing this. He warned him. Again he was doing. Then he asked him, you want to die? Have you lost interest in life? That. Then Jadabharata, his good fortune. Till then Jadabharata never opened his mouth to anyone. Good fortune of Rahugana. Why? Rahugana is going to get Moksha Shastra from Kapila Muni. That good punya, he opened his mouth. What you are saying, you do this to me, you do this to me. Can you need the duff which is already needed? It's already needed. I have punished my body enough. What you will do to me? Pista peshaha. Pista, I have punished my body enough. What you are going to do? Then Raja gets down. Oh, you are a gnani in disguise. What papam I did? I am going to see Kapila Muni. And then he asked for gnana. And he says, what is gnana? He says, the palanquin that you are going made up of mud. You arrogantly say, you know who I am? I'll kill you, Raja. Made up of mud. Your bearers made up of mud. All when they die, they will become mud. And when you analyze their atoms, further analyze, there is nothing. This is modern science. Exact words are there. Exact words are there. Further analyze, even atoms are not there. All of you people are time conscious. 7 days Bhagavatam, 9 days Bhagavatam. You should give another 3-4 days. What beautiful verses are there. Right? And then he moves off, Jadabharata. And then the next this thing is Priyavrata. Divides the entire universe into 7 islands. And gives a lot of description about these islands and the various planets, astronomical constellations. Finally, he also gives us, because someday we want complete detail, because we can choose what we want, of 26 or 27 narakas. Right? He gives all that. And he concludes, that's the most beautiful sentence. I gave you all these details because this is Stula Rupa of Narayana. For dhyana, you should go through dharana with these various details. Your mind focuses on Narayana. And then you can go to his subtle aspect, Sukma. Therefore, I gave all these details. Right? So that is the 5th chapter. And 6th comes my hero, Vrutrasura, and Ajamila. I just do Ajamila today. Vrutrasura I won't take up. We'll do tomorrow. God will see it is done properly. Don't worry. Something will happen. Otherwise, what will happen? I will say, today you excuse me, give me 15 minutes more. That's all I will do. Right? Right now I am warning you. If necessary, 15 minutes I may take, because tomorrow Krishna has to be born. You can't delay. If you delay, it becomes cesarean. Right? So the Ajamila was a very good, beautiful Brahmin. And one day when he was coming, bringing firewood for the father's rituals and all that, modern description cannot match this. A lady, drunk, on the road, dancing, dress falling. Modern description doesn't match. Lady, drunk, on the road, dancing, dress falling. Poor fellow has been innocent, pure. When he saw that, a little distraction was there. Then he fell, and all papas he did. And through her, he had several sons. And one of them was named Narayana. And when he saw Yamadutas, because that son, youngest, was dear to him, he shouted, Narayana. And then Narayana Dutas jumped down, and Yamaduta said, don't touch him. Said, why are you interfering with our job? Said, what dharma you know? Anybody says Narayana, he cannot be killed. He said, Narayana. This man did all the sins he could have done. Innocent child, by mistake, touches a naked wire, it will kill. You take by mistake hit scheduled drug poison, straight moksha. Each one will do its dharma, whether you do it knowingly or unknowingly. He said Narayana, therefore he cannot be killed. And this man heard everything. He was released. He said, doing all these sins, by saying Narayana, now I should meditate on him. He goes to Badri, meditates, and gets liberated. In this story, a lot of people think you can do anything and say Narayana, you will go to moksha. It is not said in Bhagavatam. He says, that man said Narayana and released, then goes and do meditation, then gets Krama Mukti. In these two stories, Jadabharata becoming a deer, and here saved just saying Narayana, there is one clue. How did that happen? When a good man, because of some vasanas, has an aberration, it ends with that one life. Gajendra ended with one life. Rutrasura ended with one life. Jadabharata ends with one life. Because there is an aberration, that vasana, that's all. Ajamila was a great, good, dharmic son. One aberration, cleansed. Okay? So that is the sixth skanda, half. The other half, better off, is tomorrow, Rutrasara. We'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadat Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.